Hey Aquarius, what's going on? We are here with your reading, what you need to know for February. The first card that we have out is the Hierophant. And Ace of Wands. Okay, Hierophant and Ace of Wands, the first thing that's coming to mind is a teaching position. There may be something that you have the opportunity to step into where you can be showing what you know in some way. Some of you, this can be more official than others. With the Hierophant, it would show a skill set or information or knowledge that you already have, that you have learned, that you have acquired, that you have integrated, and that it can be delivered, transmitted in a teachable form in some way. For some of you, this can be a more like deliberate way of doing this, where you could be like getting in front of a classroom and teaching, or you can be running something. For others of you, this can be a moment maybe where you have the opportunity to showcase and stay true to your values, and it can be teaching somebody around you just by being in close proximity to you. So it's not going to be like, I'm the teacher here, listen to me. This can be more so like, if you're standing within what you believe in, it can be a moment where that can be, you get a chance, you get an opportunity to show up and stand within that. And this can really be like a catalytic event for you. It can be a catalytic event for somebody around you. For some of you, you kind of have some type of official position that you're stepping into. It doesn't have to be teaching. It's going to be something where you feel... Hierophant is connected with authority. I feel like this would be a position of like respect in some way. But for some of you specifically, I'm seeing this have to do with teaching. Or there can be somebody that you have the opportunity to learn from. Because Ace of Wands is next to it, I feel like this would actually be an ongoing thing. So yeah, maybe somebody's opening the door here for you. This is going to help you move forward. So whether you're the Hierophant in this situation, or you have somebody coming around you that's the Hierophant, this is going to be, I feel all in all like it's going to be some type of learning, teaching situation. And that's across the board too. It's not just like, if you're the one that's the Hierophant, you're going to be teaching and then you're not going to learn anything. It's going to be a situation where you get to do both of those things. Having that Ace of Wands, I do feel like the door to this opportunity is opening, and it can be in a more official type of way. For some of you, there can be a contract that's involved in this, or there can be like a promise. I'm hearing spoken language. You'll feel like this is progressive. For some of you too, there's a job that's starting. And for some of you, it can be part of what you're seeing as part of your spiritual journey with the Hierophant. Like this can mean a lot to you on a deep level. Okay. There's something that's going on where you may not be enthusiastic about this. This can also be an upgrade too. Yeah, I'm seeing Four of Cups next to it. You may not feel enthusiastic about it. It can be because you're going through something and you're feeling tired, you're feeling uninspired. Some of you feel overwhelmed within your personal life, or you're feeling drained within your personal life. So it may be, you may not be as excited about doing this. I feel like this is more of a temporary feeling. It's one of those times where the opportunity is there, but you may not be like full throttle within your energy. You can be in a time where you need to recover a bit. I'm going to clarify just in case I'm missing something with the Four of Cups, anything that you may need to know about this. Yeah, I'm seeing it have to do with your energy level and like what you're able to give to this. Something else too, energy, focus. That doesn't, let me say this, when your energy is normal, this is an opportunity you would like because of you not being in a normal space within your energy. When I say normal, I don't mean it's like abnormal for you to recharge. I just mean like you're not at your baseline when you're fully charged. If you were at your baseline where you're fully charged, I feel very much you would be interested in this. You'd be excited about this. You'd like give it your energy, but you can feel not like that. And it's only because you need to take care of yourself. You need to recharge. That's it. Okay. So make sure you're not like prematurely turning something down just because you're not in a normal mood. And when I say normal, again, I mean like what your norm is to be feeling, you personally. Hearing sinking ship, I'm looking at 5 of Pentacles. Okay, some of you are going through a period of like perceived loss. You can be feeling kind of lonely. You can be feeling kind of isolated. You can also just be feeling like you're in a bit of a winter period right now. So it can be somewhere where you're struggling a bit. For some of you, finances can be involved in this, or you could just feel something going on within your resources, even if that's like your emotional resources. I feel like light is shining on you, but you can feel like, you know, it feels like winter to me when the light is different and you may not be getting enough sunlight. Like a lack of vitamin D or something. That's what this is reminding me of. But you would be feeling this, I feel like you'd feel this physically. It's like knowing that you need more sunlight and you don't have it. This can also be like metaphorically speaking, something going on with the energy where you need to, like, you need your energy to be more robust, but you can feel like it's like the sun isn't set that way right now. Hollow. You're not going to stay feeling like this. It's very, very temporary. It may not feel temporary though. You can feel very down and out about this. You're also reconciling with something emotionally too, I'm seeing. And that can be taking a lot of energy as well. So you're going through something that feels heavy. So on a day when you're in your usual energy, this would probably be something you'd feel excited about and want to get right into. Because of what you're dealing with in your personal life, you can be feeling less so like that. So yeah, February starts with an opportunity showing up, and you can be like, I don't really have the energy. For some of you, something about resources with 5 of Pentacles. I don't have the resource. Then you can be feeling stuck. I don't really know what to do about this. I'm wondering too, Aquarius, for some of you, it can be made very obvious that you're supposed to be doing something with the Hierophant, and you can just be like not about it. But I'm not getting you being in your regular energy and feeling that way. It's because of some type of circumstance that's going on, and it's in your personal life where this is happening. And so you can feel like maybe you don't have what it takes or don't have what you need to be doing this. But yeah, with the Hierophant and Ace of Wands, you can really be meant to do something with the knowledge that you have, and this is an opportunity for you to do that, or to learn something that you want to learn, study something that you want to study in order to do that. But for some of you, I'm getting ring in my ear, 8:52. Let me look this up. Says 8:52 tells you that you have manifested new opportunities and changes in your life that will rapidly advance you along your divine path and with your soul mission. Trust that these changes will lead to success and satisfaction, and your goals will be attained. Overcome self-imposed barriers and limitations, and project confidence into your words and actions. It says, don't allow your imperfections to limit your potential. Yeah, it's saying stuff again about wonderful new opportunities will present themselves along with these changes, and you're encouraged to look upon them in a positive light. That's that's what this feels like to me from what I'm seeing, but you may not be feeling in that energy, but this is what the encouragement is, okay? Like Four of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. I don't see a very optimistic energy here. It can be something that you're in the process of finding, which is fine. You don't need to be in a different energy than you're in. It's just recognizing what's going on and how that impacts your perspective. Some of you, you're going to have a breakthrough with something that you've been stuck on or worried about, and or both of those things. Yeah, I do, for some of you, get the sense that there's some new position that's coming in, and you're either going to be, you can be studying under somebody, or you're going to be stepping into something and doing it. You would feel like, with the Hierophant, I get this sense that this position is actually really important, and I feel like it's important specifically to you and your path, that this is what you're doing. And it really does feel like, wow, an opportunity has arrived. This feels really important. This feels like a very, very specific and important door that is opening. So you can take the next steps. This is going to help you build what you're wanting to build as well. Okay. Hierophant, Knight of Pentacles. Taurus, Knight of Pentacles. Taurus is a very slow-moving sign. So this is, every step needs to be deliberate. You can feel too like this is something that slowly progresses. It's not going to be at warp speed. This happening, nonetheless, this is going to build something extremely, extremely stable and sturdy and reliable. Grounded. Four of Cups and the Hermit, you can be tired of thinking things. You can be tired of reflecting. You can also be trying to figure out why you're in the mood that you're in, too. I feel like this is going to be a good, like nearly 2 weeks of February. In the beginning, I'm seeing right off the bat, there is a door that's opening, and it feels very obvious. It feels very clear. It feels like you can't miss this. So even though you may be in a spot where you're not feeling your normal energy about this, it feels like this would be very obvious. You don't have to go like looking for it. I feel like it's there and you can't miss it, okay? And it feels like this is helping you get something off the ground here. I'm seeing that having Ace of Wands and having Ace of Swords, this is a big new chapter that is starting. We have Knight of Pentacles, so this is about the steps that you're going to be taking. And when it comes to the steps that you're taking, now things are being laid out and they're being made much more clear and obvious to you. So this can be, Knight of Pentacles is about the steps that you're taking, what you're doing here, the moves that you're making. Ace of Swords can be like, now it all makes sense. Now I get what I'm supposed to do. I'm understanding this now, and now you have something that you need in order to take that step. Four of Cups and the Hermit can also be looking into, if you're getting these answers now, come February, you're getting, depending on when you're watching this, right? If you're getting these answers now, what is the problem then? That Four of Cups is feeling like down and out again is this vibe that I'm getting from Four of Cups. If you're getting the answers now, why are you still feeling like that? What's going on here? So you can be looking into it and say, some of you, there can be something health related, like maybe you need vitamins or supplements or something like that. And maybe you need to move around a little bit, get the energy moving. It can just be something that you need. For some of you, I'm getting physically, there's something that's going on that you can be addressing. Some of you, this can be related to your diet as well, or it can be related to something going on within the environment. I'm getting something with sun again, and something about it impacting your energy, but like not getting enough. Like it feels like something blocking it. Air can be part of this. Some of you, it can be about your diet. That can be, I don't usually see Four of Cups like that, but this time around I'm seeing something going on where I feel like there's some extenuating circumstance that you have to look into. And we also have Hermit there too, which is Virgo, which is like your diet, exercise, your wellness, your health and your wellness, and that being connected. So there can be some type of like mood booster that you need, or something that's going to help with your hold on. Something that's gonna help with your vitality. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of words that are coming through. Yeah, something ultimately that's gonna help with your vitality. I'm seeing gummies here. So yeah, there can be something that you're gonna take. If you're taking something, check with whoever it is that you need to check with in order to do that. Yeah. The Hierophant is feeling like it's coming through and saying, hey, this is expected of you. Having Hermit there feels like on the inside we have that Eight of Swords, and so even though this is showing up and saying, okay, this is what you're going to be doing, this is what we need from you right now, please like step into this role, this is it, here it is, no more surprises, no more misunderstandings here, it's very clear, it's being laid out for you. Having Hermit and having Eight of Swords, there can just be something about that taking this on now at this point, you can feel, just feels like something isn't moving. Like, I get, again, you getting answers that you needed, but just then being, like, frozen. Like, something isn't happening. And yeah, for those of you that, like, you haven't been feeling 100%, you can be looking into something health and wellness related to see what's going on with that. Because I feel like it's something going on that maybe you're just going to be incorporating into your routine that you hadn't been. And it can be really helpful. I keep seeing the word boost. You got this. You don't need to be worried about it. It's okay if you're worried about it, but I'm not seeing anything where you need to be second guessing yourself here. You are stepping into your power, you're stepping into your empowerment, you are embodying that, you are embracing that, you are exploring your potential here. You can be getting outside of your comfort zone in order to do that. Can be asking you to do stuff that you don't really know you can do, but you're going to find out that you can. So even though it's clear, it feels like getting that and having things be made very clear and very obvious, but it's like not trusting in this, or I feel like this is not trusting in yourself and some type of self-doubt, like me, you want me to do that, I'm supposed to be the one that's doing that. It's like your guides wouldn't have been telling you all this stuff if that's not the case. It is the case, but for some reason, for some of you, it can be a surprise to you, maybe a little bit of a shock to you. Whatever it is, you can at first not feel like jumping on board immediately, but this is the direction of things. Maybe you also feel like there's not going to be a receptivity for what you're doing, to what you're doing. Like, I'm going to do this, but then what's going to happen? I'm hearing, is it going to be enough? So that can also be something that you're checking into as well. Are you telling yourself things aren't going to work out before you're even trying it? Like, writing a very pessimistic end of the story when you haven't even seen what's going to happen here. You can get through this. Knight of Wands is the energy that's needed. So Five of Pentacles is going to be all the places where you feel like I can't do it, or it's not going to work out, or I'm not going to be able to, or like all of that type of stuff. Knight of Wands is, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to put in my best effort. I'm going to see what happens. Just go with it and see what happens. You now have everything you need to move within this situation, so take advantage of it and do something. You can have some very big doubts here. Do it anyway. That's what I'm seeing the guidance be for this. Because this is a very grounded intention that you have here. You're going to see things fall into place, even though you can feel very doubtful of it right now. I'm seeing something where even like feasibly, tangibly, how is this going to be something that works out? And there's this doubt, like why even bother to take this step if things aren't going to work out? But you don't know that. It just feels like assuming that for some reason when that's not really the case, like not taking the shot because you don't think it's going to go in. You're meant to be taking the shot here. So it's not that you need clarity as far as knowing and understanding what's going on here. You're seeing the direction. It's been laid out very clearly for you. It's just about doing it now. And also too, why can't you just go and see what happens? Why does it have to be like it's gonna work or it's not gonna work? Why don't you just do it? Now is not the time to be giving up on this opening chapter. You have what you need, go for it. I feel too like this is really going to help you out of a situation that you don't want to be in anymore. You just need to take this. You need to take advantage of this right now because it really is the time. And even though there can be a part of you that's like, what if it doesn't work? I'm seeing that you just need to take these steps. See what's going to happen here. Believe in yourself. Trust. And Four of Cups and the Hermit is really feeling like when this comes through, you look at it and you feel like, no, pass, I don't want to, or I'm not really into it, or I'm leaning away from it. The reason Hermit is here is saying, look into why this is. Not to say it's not good reasons or not valid reasons, but it's more so to say this is coming from a place that is not centered within you. This is coming from a place of, if I were believing in myself and I were trusting what's unfolding here, I would take this opportunity. This feels like it's coming from a place where you can be like, these types of things don't work out for me, or like for some reason, you know, like this type of thing. So it's not coming from a place of this opportunity not resonating with you. It's that you're not believing in yourself here. It's that you're not trusting what's going on in this situation, the unfolding of things. And that's where the Four of Cups comes from. Because sometimes Four of Cups really is, you need to pay attention to your intuition now because something is not resonating with you. That's not the case in this situation. This feels like one of those times where you want to say no because it's asking you to do something when really this is the opportunity that your higher self and your guides have set up for you and you're meant to be taking this on. At the end of the day, you get to decide what you want to do with it, but don't just make sure that you're checking into why you would say no to something and that it's a reason that you really want to stand behind if you do end up dismissing this opportunity. Because it feels like it would just come from a place of fear and you not believing that this could work out. And that's that. When you're meant to get going with this now, because it's time. I feel too like maybe some of you feel a little bit uncomfortable stepping into that position of the Hierophant, but it's really needed right now. This can be something that's very needed collectively. And it's become obvious and apparent that this is what you're meant to be doing. Let's see what happens. I feel like all of this stuff, it's like these piles and piles of paperwork that you have within you that's meant to be, I feel like it's meant to be shared. Like there's all of this stuff that you have and it's meant to be disseminated, and I feel like there is this thing that hasn't been happening when you're meant to be doing this. The only wall that will stop you is your own Eight of Swords. This means the only thing that's going to block your shot here is you. That's it. You need to work through this, but this can feel like a very big mental block, a very big mental wall that you need to work with in order to work through this, in order to get through this. That's the only thing standing in your way. The whole situation is going to move along for you. You're the one that's getting in your own way here. So it's time to work with this part of yourself so you can move through. I feel too something like, what do I have to contribute? It's feeling like that to me. This Knight of Pentacles, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the person on the Knight of Pentacles looking at the Pentacles like, this is only my little thing that I have to offer. Like, what's that gonna do? And it's like, it counts, it counts. Trust me, please do something with this. I feel this time and time again with the energy where you can be like, me, what do I have to contribute? And it's like, you have something very powerful to contribute here, but you can think very small of it. Like, you can think that it holds, like, that it's not significant, but it actually really is. And I get this feeling of like what I'm carrying with me, and it's like, this is very powerful, and you're meant to fuel this, you're meant to move with this. But I get this doubt, I get this like not recognizing the worth of what it is that you're carrying with you, and then not stepping appropriately. And it feels like, what is this going to contribute? How is this going to help? And it really will. This has a butterfly effect. This is very, very important. But yeah, there can be this part of you that's like talking yourself out of it when you need to be strong here. You need to be courageous here. You need to trust this process and do your thing and not get in your own way, okay? I'm seeing the main hub of this be the first 2 weeks of February. We're going to pull a second spread for the last 2 weeks, okay? I'm looking at Virgo and Taurus. We also have some fire energy too. Some of you, part of the reason why this may be something that you feel resistant to is because it's like entering into a portal, essentially. Like a portal has opened up in front of you and you can go through it, but there can be reasons why you don't want to. It's not your higher self, it's not your intuition, it's just your ego. Because this feels even like it's going to allow you to leave behind a time of conflict, a time of friction. Okay, second half of February, we are starting off with 8 of Cups and Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. So it looks like you're going to make up your mind here. When we start a spread with 8 of Cups, I see this as knowing that things can get better and going for that, knowing that things can fit, knowing that things can be in more resonance with you and doing that, moving in that direction. That doesn't say like I hate where I'm coming from or like that it has to be not compatible at all. When we start with 8 of Cups, I see this as more about seeking something that's going to feel in higher resonance with you, that there's going to be a more tangible sense of fulfillment, a more tangible sense of connection, where you'll really feel at peace with it and extremely content and settled. And so these steps are about you building exactly that, but these are tangible steps that need to be taken here. Having the Fool on the bottom of the deck, this feels like the beginning of a brand new journey that you are starting, where you're really ready for this now. That's the plan. I'm seeing a J here. I'm also seeing a shrimp. Okay, so as you're taking these steps, I'm seeing that something is going to come through and find you. This looks like important information that you're going to be getting. See how this is aimed towards you? So this feels like you just need to make the step. You need to cross the threshold. And then I'm seeing you're going to get the next set of information that you need. I'm seeing from the 14th onward this being connected with. Okay. Again, want to say this. I'm seeing 4 of Cups come out. You can feel like it's really difficult for you to motivate yourself. You have to find it within you. And you're being told this to know, to be ready for that. Recognize you can get to that point and be like, I'm having a really hard time motivating myself right now. I'm really not feeling inspired right now. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. I just want to hide my head under the blankets. Take time to soothe yourself. Take time to nurture yourself. Take time to nourish yourself. Take time to care for yourself. I'm hearing get things squared away. Below 8 of Cups is where 4 of Cups is going. You may not want to step away from what this is. You may not want to make this transition. You may not want to leave. The word leave is coming through with this. You may not want to. You'll be happy that you did, though. With the Knight of Swords, what I'm feeling drawn to is that it looks like there's something around the waist of the Knight of Swords, and it reminds me of when people run and they have those parachutes behind them, that resistance training. So I feel like there's been resistance to you taking action, but when that parachute comes off, I feel like you're going to move very quickly through this plan. So there can be a lot of like, it's not time yet, it's not time yet, it's not time yet. And then that belt comes off, or like that harness comes off, and then things move very quickly. So you're ready to take action. And it looks like it's going to be much easier than you thought it would be. And it's because there's been all that resistance all along. Yeah, you cannot be feeling your best self. I'm seeing 4 of Cups next to Queen of Wands. So you can just like not be feeling yourself. You cannot be feeling your energy. You can not be feeling like the part of us that's the Queen of Wands. There is like spontaneity in our blood when we are connected with that energy, and we're really ready to take things by storm. Even though this part of you is showing up, you can feel a bit disconnected from it. You can feel like it's not at full force. This is going to change. I get the sense that the second half of February is going to feel more quiet for you, like more subtle maybe even. It feels like that the first 2 weeks can feel more eventful, like there's more going on, there's just more stuff that's happening, more things come to light. It feels like a very jam-packed episode. And then the second week, it feels like things are more spread out when they're happening, like the time between events and action that's being taken and choices, it feels like it's a bit more spread out. The word week is coming through, but I just see it as not being so much action. Something's coming through about Venus going retrograde. No details, just that. I feel like this is more of you working with yourself. You can feel like you're kind of fighting with yourself a little bit. Make sure that you're spending time charging your energy. Otherwise, you're going to have a very hard time getting through this. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I'm getting this thing again about physically. Make sure that you are physically taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Make sure that you are tending to your emotions, that you're paying attention, that you're taking breaks when you need to, that you're eating what you need to be doing in order to give yourself, in order to be fueling yourself. Make sure that you're taking in, make sure that you are consuming things that feel like it does not drain your energy. This can be conversations, this can be stuff you're listening to, things that you're watching. All of this is going to help you move through it. I'm seeing a power bar here. It feels like I'm thinking about like weightlifting and stuff. I'm not saying you need to weightlift. This just feels like something that's going to give you sustenance to move through this. So energetically, you have what you need to do this. Like, don't be trying to do this on a low battery, because your battery can go dead at a very inconvenient time. You don't want that to be happening here. So make sure you're keeping things charged. It can feel like you lose a charge more quickly. That's why it's important. You may need to recharge faster and more often than you do. Know too that this is a transitory time. It's not going to stay feeling like that, but recognize that you may need more sleep. You may need more rest. You may need to like soothe yourself more often. You may need just more stuff that's going to give you energy. You can be like more receptive to things. You can be more absorbent, and you can need to cleanse your energy more often as well. I feel all in all like this is something that you can feel in a way not the most inspired to do, feeling kind of unsettled about it. That Eight of Swords is coming back again. So there can really be a, like, I'm not fully trusting myself here. I'm not feeling my most confident. I get what the plan is, but I'm having a lot of anxiety about doing it, or I feel kind of stuck about doing it. With the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands, this can maybe be somebody that you're connecting with that like gives you some necessary insight here that can be helpful. With the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands, this can be you going head first into this situation, doing what you need to do, but like really facing it 100%. I think that for some of you, by the end of February, this may not be a process that's concluded yet. It seems like for some of you, it may bleed into the next month, March. March is going to be the next month. So you can finalize something in the month of March is what this is seeming like. I feel like for some of you, it can actually be the second half of March that this is going to be something that you fully feel like you're there yet, but it's all working in that direction. So yeah, some of you may not have made the choice about what to do yet, but I'm seeing that all of this is working toward, like, it's all been set in motion. So I'm getting that sometime March, April, for some of you, this is how long it's going to take, not because it needs to take that long. Some of you, you're going to look at this, you can make the choice right now, and that can be the end of that. For like most of you guys, it may take you a bit longer to do this, and it is going to bleed into March and possibly April for some of you, but by April for sure, this is going to be done. That's what I'm seeing with the energy. That's the trajectory. So I'd say that it's not going to be going on longer than that. But yeah, some of you, you can be finished, you can be ready to do this right now. It feels a little bit open-ended the way that we're leaving this, just because I'm seeing that the cycle is not closing out totally. Again, for some of you, this can be closed out by the end of February. I get the feeling that for most of you, it's going to carry over into the next month. So that's why we're not seeing like a conclusion here. Because of seeing those aces in the beginning of February, stuff is going to come to light and feel very obvious, and you can sort of be wrestling with it through the end of February and into March, and again, for some of you, into April. But by April, it feels like for most of you, the cycle is going to be, like, you're going to be ready to do what needs to be done. Everything will be more set in stone then at that point, okay? So that can mean there can be an articulation of what's going to be happening. Choices can be made. It's like confirmed, that sort of thing here. All right. I get again with Eight of Cups and Four of Cups, there can be a part of you that really doesn't want to do this. And at the same time, you know in your heart that you need to. But you can feel comfortable being in something that that isn't in high resonance with you. It can be difficult going through a transition. It's about working with yourself through this process. Mentally is going to be the most difficult part for you. You working with yourself mentally, that's going to be the most challenging part of this. You are going to be making up your mind. You are going to be taking action on this. Give yourself time to work through. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.